Hey everybody, Avana Intuitive here with our weekend energy readings for the weekend of June 20th, 2025. After yesterday's reading with our weekly energy reading on Thursdays, that was a really heavy, beautiful reading, but boy, it was deep. So I thought we'd go a little bit lighter for Friday. And so I'm using the Journey cards by Allison Filipe. Getting a clarifying card, you're going to love this, the Trash Animals Oracle by, I'm going to say it's by the RP Studio. And then doing a 3-card reading using the Naughty Oracle by Naomi Beth. So let's get started. This is going to be a lighthearted read. Well, I don't know how lighthearted it's going to be, but it's going to use some lighthearted cards here. This is the Journey. It says an oracle deck to help you find your place in the universe. So let's see what we get. This is again for June 25th, 2025 for the weekend of June 25th, 2025. Let's not forget, this is for entertainment purposes only. Please like, share, and subscribe as it does help the channel. And again, I hope everybody has a really, really fun weekend this weekend. But let me pull 3 cards from this Journey Oracle card deck. Oh my goodness, this may be this is going to be a little bit deep of a reading too, I think. So we'll see what we get here. And let me pull 1 clarifying card from the Trash Animals Oracle. And we'll see what we get. Oh my goodness. You know what? I like it. I like it. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Because I'm not familiar with these cards, I am going to pull and just see what we get. Let's see. First card we got here. We're all gonna just love this because this is I think this might be a little bit of a deep read too here. First card we got, Sacred Space. Create a sacred space where you can explore yourself completely. Oh, I love this. Maybe it's a journal, a spot under a tree, a duvet, a place in your imagination, or even this deck of cards. Wherever you may be, you deserve a safe space to dream, a place for uninterrupted self-reflection and unrushed creative work, for time away from the loud world. I totally agree. And I love this because you know what? We just talked about this actually yesterday in the reading, having that safe space to go, right? And this is true. Having a safe space to go, someplace where you can get away. This is obviously the theme for this week or this weekend, being able to get away. Even if you are in a crowded place, getting away in yourself, going deep and just being able to tune out the world, right? I love it. Safe space. Then we get, you're going to love this one. I can't believe it myself. This looks pretty deep. We'll see what this says. Persona. A persona is a mask we wear over our true essence. Yes, look at all the masks, right? Over our we have many, one for family, another for work. Over the years, we put on more and more to fit in and have our needs met. We can wear so many that we forget who we truly are. Yeah, true. But we're so much bigger than the mask we wear. These personas help us move through life, so no need to throw them out. Just remember that behind it all, we are vast and timeless and perfect. Here right on time and just as we should be. Give yourself time to step away from the world and reconnect with your true essence. Yes, in your sacred space, okay? So, right, I totally agree. We all do. We put on a bunch of masks, right, to get through the day. I'm a dog mom, I'm a cat mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I go to work, I'm an employee. I wear all these different masks and I have all these different things to do, as we all do. But you know what? We do it, but who are we under all these masks, right? We're like the cosmos. I'm gonna tell you a secret. We're like the cosmos. But you know what? Then we go into our safe space and we're just like, we're just one with everything. I love that. So okay, I love that. And then of course, then we have, I'm gonna show you this card. You're gonna love this one. Another heavy card, integrity. When we act true to ourselves, yes, it creates inner harmony. This isn't about gospelizing our truth. It's about being honest with ourselves and staying true to what is right for us while being kind and having strong boundaries. Yeah. It's being true to ourselves while being kind and having strong boundaries. Oh, deep down, you already know what you want and what you're here for. That's true, right? Deep down, when you go into your sacred space, deep down, we already know who we are, right? And what we want and what we're here for. That knowledge has always been a part of you. Integrity is a fire that burns away everything that obscures our truth while creating a safe boundary around that knowledge. When we align our life to our truth, the way becomes very clear. I love that. I'm going to say that again. When we align our life to our truth, the way becomes very clear. Well, as usual, a very deep reading this week. A lot of deep readings, but also all on the same theme. So this weekend, kind of carrying that Thursday energy reading through for the week into the weekend, which is just really kind of stepping back this weekend. I mean, we're kind of into, to me, like the full swing of summer here. And you know what? But sometimes we just have to step back and say, yeah, we're going to go on our vacations and kind of take time. This, if not this week, maybe in the next week or two, as we head out for our vacations, to really spend time with ourselves, to not only find out who we are. I think we all know who we are inside, right? Who we are underneath all the masks, but really start to build, to go out and really show the world who we are in a beautiful, kind way, with the boundaries that we put up and the integrity that we have, and but having the sacred space to help us define those truths as we move through the world and live our truth. Oh, beautiful. Then, of course, now we have our clarifying card. Let's not forget that, which is, we happen to get Badger, which is teamwork. So let me see what page we're going to talk about the Badger. I'll show you that in a moment. Hold on. Of course, they didn't put anything here. Page 58. As I say, they didn't put anything in any order. And this is kind of cute. Badger, teamwork. While generally solitary animals, badgers have been known to team up with coyotes when it's time for dinner. A very unusual pairing for sure, but sometimes there's no better way to bring everyone together than with the promise of a good meal. Take a moment to think about the people and things that you know you won't work well with. Where do you find community? How can you be more like a badger and challenge yourself to take part in more unexpected partnerships? Whoa, that's kind of deep, isn't it? I'm just getting the chills here. Here's our truth. Here's who we are. We don't have to sit here and go out and tell everybody our truth. But when we finally, kind of define that a little bit better, who we are and what we're doing, maybe we can make some new friends and kind of open up a little bit to some people that we don't usually open up to, and see if we can't just become a little more friendlier with people that maybe aren't our cup of tea, and maybe not. Let's not get crazy here, right? Let's not get crazy, but maybe we can, share a meal now and then with some people that were not really my cup of tea, but that's all right. Get to know some other people, right? All right, my friends. Now let's do our 3-card pick. Of course, we're doing this Naughty Oracle from Naomi Beth. I'm looking at the name. I want to make sure I get her name right. The 3-card pick. Let's see if we can get a message for ourselves. Wow. So our weekly energy reading spilled into our weekend energy reading. Pretty neat. Kind of a universal message, I think. But it's funny how it all kind of came together for the whole week this weekend, and I'm actually getting the chills while I'm saying it. All right. I'm shuffling. This is for our 3-card pick. I'm going to tell you what, some of these I'm not going to read, so I'm just going to so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to keep I am going to keep picking cards until I get appropriate cards. There we go. That I can get some appropriate cards that I can actually read on YouTube. And so here we go. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Think about which card resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. And I love those illustrations. So, okay. Here we go. If you picked card 1, you got Energy Vampire. Cut your energetic cords now. You might be an energetic vampire. Did you ever think of that? Sometimes I think maybe I'm an energetic vampire. But you might also have some people in your life that are energetic vampires, or then there may be that special someone, some of us all have that special person that likes to kind of glom onto us. So it might be time to cut the cords with someone who is an energetic vampire in your life. And by the way, that's a 14, which is a 5, which is change. And it's funny because if you pick card 2, you got 41, which is 5, which is change. This says joy, and it says, why so serious, droopy dog? find your joy. It might be time to go and find your joy, which we just talked about. So might be time to really seriously find some joy in your life. Start to find your truth, your purpose, your truth, and start to make some baby steps towards it. And there you go. And sometimes that's all you need is a little baby step, and it leads to another baby step and another little step, and just like just doing a little bit towards what you want to do in life really makes you really joyful. Just a little step towards it brings a lot of joy. So there you go. That's card 2. And if you if you picked a card 3, 44, master number, right? It's like, whoa, you're really moving up to the next level. And it says, zombies, wants, brains, strengthen your boundaries. Another thing we talked about, right? Strengthen your boundaries. You know what your truth is. Strengthen your boundaries and say, sorry, I'm not going to be available this weekend to do that because I'm doing something else. And you know what? You don't even really have to tell people what you're doing usually. You don't have to sit here and, I know some people that just spill. Yeah, I'm going to be busy. I'm taking a class. Sometimes that's all you have to tell people. You don't have to tell them what the class is. You don't need to tell them what the hours are, how much it costs, or what it's about. Yeah, I'm signed up for a class, spiritual class. Sometimes that's all they need to know. Sometimes when I give too much information, that's good because then they stop asking. They're like, I don't even want to know anymore. You're a nut. I don't want to hear anymore. But sometimes just a little bit of information. Oh yeah, I'm going to be busy this week with the family. I'll catch you next week, right? But card 3, zombies, wants, brains, strengthen your boundaries. All right, my friends, you know the drill. Mondays are my 3-card pick a card shorts. Tuesdays are my super duper girl shorts. Wednesdays are my astrology tarot card readings. Wednesdays are my weekly energy readings. Today are my weekend energy readings with a 3-card pick. And of course, every now and then I do live shows on YouTube with a couple different people. So you just have to get on my site, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for the notifications. And there you go. Thank you so much for being here. And you know what? With that, namaste.